Bangladesh's War Crimes Tribunal will deliver another verdict tomorrow in London, this time on former MP Mohammed Abdus Subhan. However, a report by a prominent QC and human rights barrister says that so far the convictions haven't been based on proper evidence. Jonah Hull reports.
The International Crimes Tribunal in Bangladesh is about to issue its next verdict. If it's anything like the previous ones, it's likely to be a death sentence for alleged crimes against humanity. A report by human rights barrister Geoffrey Robertson states that the court falls far short of international standards.
This court has become almost contrary to the rules of justice, has become a custodian of the national story and cannot, or it finds it difficult to give fair trial to those who were on the wrong side of history.
The 1971 war was fought in what was then East Pakistan between the Pakistan Army, helped by local collaborators, and Bengali nationalists supported by the Indian Army fighting for Bangladeshi independence. Hundreds of thousands died in mass killings, with rape and torture common. The tribunal was meant to provide justice. Instead, its judgments have sparked violent protests, building new divisions out of old wounds. In his report, Mr. Robertson notes that the court's defendants so far have all been members of political parties rival to the government, with many of its convictions based on hearsay rather than proper evidence. The report notes that a 2010 parliamentary amendment removed key constitutional protections for defendants and says it fails to provide basic human rights guarantees required by international law, including having adequate time to prepare a defence. There are many who support the tribunal.
As far as we are concerned, the way we have observed, the courts have actually followed all the rules, all the procedures, and it came up with elaborate practice to ensure that the defense team get their day in the court. So that's the reason I think the process is fair enough, and it has been unfairly assessed by this report.
What do you believe should be done?
I hope that my report will contribute to some reforms. I believe it should be possible to try these people fairly, but that will mean changing some procedures, changing some practices and mindsets.
The death sentence, says Robertson, cannot be applied under international law. The court, he says, is international in name only. But there are few prominent voices besides his own calling for change. Jonah Hull, Al-Jazeera, London.
Coming up on Al-Jazeera, claims the US hid spying software deep within computer hard drives destined for countries like Iran and Russia. And as Afghanistan